AJS Broadcast, Army of Truth uniting us. AJS Broadcast, Army of Truth uniting hearts. AJS Broadcast, igniting hearts.
Hi, hello, and I hope you are all doing fine. My name is Army, and welcome to AJS Broadcast. AJS Broadcast is an arm of AGSB Sociale. So, narinig nyo ba yung jingle namin? Masaya ba? No, I'm really proud of that, and thank you so much to our composer, to our musical arrangement, and of course, thank you to 8BTSI Corp because they sponsored our jingle and our program right here at their studio in Rizal. Thank you very much. 8BTSI is our broadcast partner for all of our recordings and everything that we'll be doing here on AJS Broadcast. Once again, my name is Army. I am your student council or AGSB student council auditor, and I'm bringing you the audit of doing good business and, of course, the embodiment or how we live as Athenians in AGSB, our Ignatian values. And today, we have a very special guest. To start off, to kick off our AJS broadcast, we have the good guy, isa sa mga favorite ng mga iba't ibang program dito sa AJSB, Professor Jayman Lopo. Hi.
Alright. Hi, Miss Armin, no?
Miss Army.
Miss Armin, Miss Eileen, no? So, thank you for inviting, no? For inviting me here in this AGSB Sociale, no? So, thank you for bringing, no, the men and women for others, no? So that's the Ignatian way of the AGSB.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you. We're very excited to have you, of course. Kasi syempre, who better to tell us, who better to talk about living the Athenian way, other than the person or anybody who is from Ateneo, the Ateneo, through and through. Tama ba ako, Prof?
Yes, no, since high school, no, Ateneo Danaga University.
Okay.
And then also in college, Ateneo Dinaga also in BS Accountancy and Ateneo Regis in MBA.
Wow. Regis.
Regis, yes.
Regis ako
Okay,
eh.
Regis, yes.
So, Prof, yung sa AGSB, why did you choose to take up your MBA in Ateneo pa rin?
Alright, of course, for me, no, parang iba yung feeling that you are an Atenean, no, from with the heart we're in, yun nga, to be men and women for others, no. So for me, that's the most important of all, to help others, no. Sabi nga sa Ignatian way, no, is to strive for more, no. So that's basically the Magis way.
So, Prof, you mentioned about men and women for and with others. I'm sorry. And you also spoke about magis.
Yes.
Diba? Magis, which is excellence, right? The Latin meaning of the more or the greater good. Magis embodies reflection and discernment, right?
Right.
And today, simulan natin sa isa sa mga Ignatian values natin, which is CURA Personalis.
Yes.
Right? So, just to give meaning on what CURA Personalis is, CURA Personalis, the Latin meaning is care for the person or personal care. CURA Personalis is having concern and care for the personal development of the whole person.
Yes.
The care given and the care received is personal care, not institutionalized care. So, ito, medyo mahaba yung binigay kong definition, right? And ngayon, ang gusto kong pag-usapan sana natin, Prof, is how do you embody CURA Personalis? Kasi, di ba, busy eh.
Yes.
Medyo busy tayo sa araw-araw na buhay natin, right? And you
Alright.
aside from being a professor, you also have your own business, di ba?
Correct.
Please mention how you were able to balance yung time mo. Kasi you also have a child, di ba?
Yes, yes.
You have a kid. So yun, simulan natin doon.
Alright. So of course, for me, no, why I'm doing this, no, of course, my family, no. So my family is my inspiration. Of course, my wife, Mary Joseph, and then my son is Miggy. So for me, I'm doing this for them. No? So yes, no, correct, Miss Eileen, no, that I am also a professor. So for me, passion for teaching is for me is very important. that's why no I have my own business which is also more on teaching. So that's
Teaching
why
pa rin.
more on corporate training, more on corporate development, and at the same time it is a CPA review center.
Paano mo binabalanse yung time mo, Prof? Kasi for sure,
Mm-mm.
I remember you discussed before in one of our classes that
Mm-mm.
after you took up your MBA, that's when you
Yes.
realized, ay,
Yes.
ito yung ikigai ko.
Yes,
Yung
correct.
pagtuturo.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
So, paano yung ano mo? Paano yung time mo sa sarili mo? Paano yung time mo sa family
Alright.
mo?
Yes, I work at San Miguel for the past 13 years. And then for me parang paggabi, no, parang I look forward dapat gabi na, no, kasi yun yung time na pupunta ako sa school in San Beda Alabang that time, no. So for me, I realized, no, talagang my passion is for teaching, not in a corporate world, no. So yun, sabi ko during the pandemic, yun yung time that I have enough more more loads, no, especially in accounting. In AGSB, also in the LSU. So for me, sabi ko, what if, no, I will concentrate na lang in teaching. All right. So how I manage it?
Mas fulfilling for you?
For me, mas fulfilling kasi yun nga, I enjoy teaching, no. I enjoy teaching. For me, parang sa Tagalog hindi ako napapagod, no. As in, hindi ko napapagod, no.
Talaga?
I can in fact, no, 8 a.m. I have load in Ateneo Katipunan.
So, nagsistart ka
Until
na ng class mo sa pagtuturo 8 a.m.
8
pa lang?
a.m. Apo,
Wow.
8 a.m.
Okay.
So for me, kahit yan ay paulit-ulit, no. So okay lang. For me, hindi ako napapagod, no. So and of course because of that, it is your passion for teaching.
Okay. Kasi na-mention ko ang ikigai and that's a part of importanteng part ito ng pag-aaral natin ng MBA, right? Kasi kasama to sa lesson na natututunan natin for our leadership class. And
Yes.
I really enjoyed my leadership class. In fact, my professor, who is I think a good friend of yours,
Yes.
is si Dr. John Bulaong.
Okay.
He mentioned that, you know, dito sa MBA natin, once you have discovered your ikigai,
Yes.
you will really, it's not about chasing, but fulfill your
Yes.
ikigai.
Yes, yes.
So, in your case, Prof, how do you maintain or you compose or yung pagdating sa sensitive need ng mga nakadepend sa'yo? Kasi kanina you mentioned about your family,
Yes, yes.
right? How old is Mimi?
5 years old.
5?
So going to 6.
Go to 6. So, convenience yung online teaching right
Yes,
now,
yes,
right?
yes.
So, mas may time ka sa kanya because you teach at home,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Pero ngayon, we're slowly going back to normal.
Yes.
Our old normal kasi new normal natin yung online.
Correct.
How do you provide
Okay.
for their dependencies on you?
All right. Siguro for me, no, I will set it that Sunday, no,
Talagang-
no work. So I will
Oh.
set it that Sunday is for my family. Kasi talagang Monday parang yun yung nakita ko in terms of my load, no. Monday to Saturday, including my review center. Parang yun yung the time we're in that my work as professor, no.
As a
Baka
professor.
Monday to Saturday.
Oo.
So siguro baka Sunday is Sunday, no. I wish to it a Sunday will be family day.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Kasi sabi nga 'di ba, like dito ang MBA natin, it's not just the chasing that diploma,
Correct.
right? It's a journey. MBA is a journey. So, talking about yung pagdating sa journey and syempre CURA Personalis, we are accountable.
Yes, correct.
We are accountable to ourselves and of course yung like in your case you have your family and you have your boy, your son, right? Hindi ba siya naghahanap sa iyo ngayon na parang I wish you would, kasi you said that you will allot Sunday for your wife and your son. So hindi ba siya naghahanap ngayon na now that he's 5, hindi
Okay.
ba siya parang naghahanap ng mas added time with you?
So far hindi naman kasi I see to it talaga that every
Nice.
na I have time with him every day, you know. So parang ganun. So every day. Ewan ko lang ngayon, no, if you have no a face to face already. I don't know.
Pero sa bagay siya rin ba magsa-start na rin siya ng face-to-face classes?
Face to face na siya. Okay.
That's nice na, Prof. Prof, before tayo mag-break, may tatanong lang ako sa'yo. Ikaw ba, nagpa-personal time ka pa?
Personal time. Alright.
Kasi na-mention natin ng family,
Oo.
na-mention
Oo.
natin ng career, na-mention natin ng business, but personal time.
Personal time, yes naman.
Okay.
I see to it that, usually, pumupunta ako sa, restaurant na gustong-gusto kong kainin. For me, yun.
Yun na yung time
Oo,
mo.
yun na yun. Especially, I love Japanese food eh.
Okay.
So, talagang, I see to it, yung mga sashimi or, or ganun. Yun na lang siguro yung, yung time,
Yun na yung
time sa
ano
sarili
mo,
ko. No?
Time sa sarili.
Oo.
Okay. Ayan. Sige. Like I said, that was my final question before we take a break. So we're going to take a few minutes break. And when we return, we'll discuss more about Prof. J-Man and CURA Personalis. And today, for the first broadcast of HSB sa Chale.
No fake news, only true information. Music, sports, news, updates for our nation. 100% this is our radio station. Turn up the volume and join the revolution. AGS Broadcast, Army of Truth uniting us. AGS Broadcast, Army of Truth uniting hearts. AGS Broadcast, igniting hearts.
Welcome back to AGSB Sociale or AGS Broadcast. AGS Broadcast is an arm of Sociale or AGSB Sociale, and this is the communications part of your AGSB Student Council. Once again, my name is Army. I am your Student Council Auditor, and with me, of course, is Professor J-Man Lopo. Okay, so Prof, thank you once again for being here with us and doing our very first episode.
Alright.
Nagtali na ako ng buhok.
Ben naman. Okay.
Opo, bueno mano. Swerteng bueno mano.
Alright.
Okay, so Prof, kanina, nabanggit ko, we talked about CURA Personalis, and
Yes.
before we took our break, I mentioned something about accountability, right? So, like what we did kanina, I'll give a description or a definition of what accountability means. Sabi, accountability, according to Investopedia, is an acceptance of responsibility for honest and ethical conduct towards others. In a wider sense, accountability implies a willingness to be judged or performance. But before I get to you, meron din tayong tinatawag na corporate accountability.
Yes.
Right? And corporate accountability, just to define, the term corporate accountability refers to a public company's performance in non-financial areas such as social responsibility, CSR, sustainability, corporate governance. Corporate accountability espouses that financial performance should not be a company's only important goal and that shareholders are not the only people to whom a company must be responsible. In fact, it includes stakeholders such as employees and community members as those who require accountability. All right, so medyo mahaba-haba na yon.
Yes.
In your case, Prof, diba, you have a business
Mm-mm.
and you're Athenian through and through.
Yes.
Right. So, how do you practice accountability, personal accountability, and then, sige, i-segue mo ang corporate accountability ng inyong businesses and your
Alright.
profession as well.
Alright. So, since I am also a certified public accountant by profession,
Yan. Yan ang
and
gusto ko pag-usapan.
very important here is the accountability or accounting.
Oo.
Alright. So, first of all, no, ano bang ibig sabihin ng accountability? So, meaning, you should be accountable, no, to your stakeholders, accountable to your to your customers, to your client, at the same time to your customers. So, very important here is you should have a concern for others, no. Some are, of course, they value profit na without honor, no. So parang for me, you should have profit with honor. Why, no? You should be accountable to others, meaning unang-una pa lang, no, by paying correct taxes, no. Okay. So, for me, yun yung pinaka-basic rule, no? As accountable, sabi nga nila, taxation is a lifeblood of our country. And even you are not paying your tax. Diba?
Sabagay.
Not correct tax. So, for me, that's the basic.
Totoo
Alright.
yan.
Diba? So, to be accountable with you in terms of as a businessman, also as an entrepreneur, you should pay the correct tax. No? Number one. Number two here, of course, your your customer, your client, your employees, no? So meaning accountable ka wherein give them the right remuneration, no? Kung deserve nila to give them bonus, no? So give them. You're accountable to them, no? Kasi in every business, pag umasenso yung business mo because of your employees,
That's right.
because of your clients also.
Parang ano yan, Prof, diba? Yung usapan tungkol sa ano, I remember this and I watched it, I think, more than 20 times, yung Ateneo Arete.
Yes.
And one where Doc Bulaong, Doc John, discussed about business ethics. And what resounded to me in his discussion is doing good is good for business.
Yes.
Parang napag-usapan doon. Siguro susunod pag siya naman na-interview natin, di ba?
Magaling yan si Prof. Bulaong. My professor in business ethics.
Wow! Ako, leadership.
Leadership. Alright.
Tapos, ano, Prof, yung, you mentioned about being a CPA, di ba? And you
Yes.
mentioned about being responsible for your customers, di ba? So, na-mention mo yung care for your customers and care for your employees.
Yes.
Kasi nga, as I have defined what corporate accountability is and what exactly accountability is, yung tungkol dito sa doing good for business, were there times na parang ay, dapat hindi naging ganito? I mean, let's not be too particular, ha? Yung nakikita mo around.
Usually kasi 'di ba, ang sabi ng iba, why we need to pay pa taxes, no? Yung iba naman kinakurakot. Parang ganun yung per se ng iba, no? So meaning some businesses, no, have no what you call that, have no confidence, no? So siguro walang ano, kasi ganoon naman yung politics, 'di ba? In the Philippines there are a lot of corruption, no? So,
Yan
ganun.
totoo naman yun, di ba? Parang nakikita naman natin yun. And in our daily lives, we do comment, parang ano ba yan? Hindi yata maganda.
Babayad ka pa ba?
Oo,
Parang
diba?
ganun. Alright, so of course, for me naman, dapat you should start sa inyo, no? Start in your own business, no? Kasi kahit papaano kung ikaw mismo yung sumusunod din sa batas, and eventually lahat na sumusunod sa batas, mas okay yun, no? Kasi naman,
Totoo yan.
you should start to your own business, to yourself. Kasi hindi naman lahat ng politician, no, are masama, no? So
Totoo.
may alam naman ako na talagang they're doing, no,
For service.
100% for service.
Part of this, as we are talking about corruption, I think pwede ko na siguro tong isingit. Oh, by the way, shout out to my fellow SC officers. Thank you very much for this shirt. Ito yung Blue
Alright.
Eagle. This is our own variation of the Ateneo Eagle. Wow. Yan. So, this is available, merch natin. And by
Alright.
the way, bago natin tapusin tong interview na to, gusto namin magpasalamat sa iyo, Prof. Jaymon,
Alright.
because you are our first
Thank you.
interview. And thank you so much, pinaunlakan mo ang AJS Broadcast. At ito
Alright.
po ang aming regalo sa kanya, the white tumbler with our Blue Eagle logo. Ito yung
Alright,
ating
thank you.
version. And para naman masabi natin that the eagle flies very far, right?
Yes.
Medyo malayo ang mararating na ating eagle. Ayan. So, Prof, thank you ha. I hope you enjoy this
Yes,
tumbler.
thank you.
Yan po, from the AGSB Student Council Merch Department, Business Development. Hi Ina, hi Carla, hi Jonathan. Talagang kailangan ko i-shoutout. Anyway, and also Prof, ito pala, itong ating,
Okay.
ayan, angat natin. Gusto ko rin magpasalamat to my very nice, very good friend, my classmate Doc Gideon. This is their product. This is Sonyare. Prof, para sa inyo po yan,
So,
yung
thank you,
dark chocolate na yan. That's
Dark
all
chocolate.
the way from Bacolod.
Wow, Bacolod, no? Alright.
Yes. Yun.
So,
So,
thank
Prof,
you.
sana ma-enjoy mo. Sige, balik tayo sa fake news. Yun yung kailangan ko i-segue eh. Kasi
Yes.
di ba, pag sinabi mong accountability, part of it is verifying facts. How do you do your part in espousing? Yung dapat alam ng tao na maghanap tayo ng facts. Dapat hindi tayo basta lang maniniwala sa nakikita natin.
Alright,
Sige, Prof, turuan mo ako.
Usually kasi madaming ganun, no, na click and share without
Title lang, no?
title lang, no? Pero the sources, no, are not parang legit, no? So it is a fake news, no? So ngayon there are a lot of disinformations, no? For me, you should stop that, no? Especially yun yung malungkot ngayon, no? I am part of the academy also, no? Yun yung malungkot na even in books of elementary, no? Parang binabago nila yung history. Yun yung
Maraming nagiging changes, maraming mga
madaming
revisions.
changes.
Sige, let's not talk about revision because that's very hot right
Yes,
now.
alright.
But we're parang variation, 'di ba, of
correct,
what the
correct.
truth is. Sabi nga 'di ba, Prof? There's the one side, the other
Alright.
side, and then there's the truth.
Yes,
There are
yes.
three sides, right?
Mm-mm.
So pagka nagtuturo ka nga,
Alright.
what do you exactly, or how do you how do you teach your students in verifying what's real and what's not
Alright.
out there?
For me kasi, I'm not saying na ganito, and the others is ganito, no? So for me, as long as you are teaching it, no, with the factual basis, hindi yung more on sabi-sabi ng iba. Sabi nga nila chismis daw, alright. Pero for me hindi, no. So dapat you should have fact, no. At the same time, you have an evidence wherein
May pinagkuhanan
no. Sabi nga nila, accounting daw ay compute lang.
Hindi mabobola ang
Hindi
accounting,
mabobola
tama
yung
ba,
accounting.
Prof?
Oo.
Okay. Ayan,
Alright.
maganda yan,
So, for me, it is very important na parang to be able, no, to give importance, no, to the informations wherein it should be factual.
So, Prof, sabi, numbers don't lie.
Yes.
'Di ba?
Correct.
So, I think that you are the perfect guy to ask about this. Yung pagdating sa yung pagsasabi mo ng totoo na kung ano yung declare,
Correct.
hindi i-declare, or hindi i-declare, pero yung hindi yan kasama sa
Okay.
sa kailangan natin i-declare, or na wag yan kasi ano yan parang palabok na lang yan, di ba? So, Prof, yung pagdating sa profession mo, how do you naman,
Handle it.
syempre part na responsibility mo
Yes.
as an accountant, di
Alright,
ba?
alright.
How do you, influence naman your clients when it comes to that?
In reality, no, I have, in reality, in a corporate world, there are two sets of book na for BIR and at the same time for actual, no. For me, I encourage, no, my clients to submit report which is actual expenses, actual revenue.
Sa bagay, di ba parang ano yan, Prof? Financial and managerial
Financial
accounting.
managerial, oo. So, meaning to be accountable. Kasi, paano kung mahuli kayo ng BIR, no? So, baka mas mahal pa yung binayad nyo in terms of the penalty versus doon sa dapat
Totoo yan.
babayaran mo in terms of the correct tax, no?
Totoo, Prof. Totoo.
So, saka kahit pa paano, pangalawa is parang conscious mo din, no, na hindi na makakatulog ka ng na tama naman yung nire-report mo as in terms of the BIR. So for me, I encourage, no, my client to report, no, which is actual, not for the basis of BIR purposes, to lessen their tax payment.
Oo, parang hindi mo actually tinatakasan yun.
Yes.
Ako naniniwala ko doon na kung ano yung tinatry mo na i-avoid, you will still pay for it one way or another,
Yes.
right? Kasi kagaya
Plus penalty pa ba?
Plus penalty pa, mas masakit
Mas
yun.
masakit
Kasi
pa.
mas malaki yun, right?
And pwedeng ipasara ng
Oo.
BIR ang
Tsaka,
business mo.
Bilang Atenista,
Yes.
parang nakakahiya naman yata, di ba?
Correct.
Okay. So, Prof, yung I remember this in one of our classes. You mentioned that ikaw bilang manager, higit pa sa akala mong responsibility na
Yes.
meron ka pag ikaw ay nagmamanage ng isang
Correct.
negosyo, di ba? Nagtuturo ka ng financial management, right?
Correct.
So, what is the biggest lesson that your students should take from the subject or from the topic of financial management?
For me, in terms of the financial management is concerned, no, is to be able for you to save more money, no. So parang the moment that you have a lot of income, parang sa Tagalog, wag ubos biyaya, no. So meaning you should set aside money if you have a lot of revenue, and then set aside this one para at least if ever man for expansion, for any contingencies like now, no, the pandemic. Okay, so baka to yung San Miguel nakakapagsweldo nung pandemic kasi ang daming savings ng San Miguel, no. So it is more on the appropriate retained earnings. So meaning as part of the financial management, parang ikaw mismo na nag-iipon ka rin for your future. Ganun din dapat sa mga businessman, no. So you set aside money in terms for your expansion, for contingencies, for emergencies.
So, Prof, as an educator, do you think that it should be encouraged more early on pagdating sa financial management?
Yes.
Maybe not exactly on the technical aspect kasi syempre iba yung pinag-aaralan namin sa master's course, right?
Yes.
But how early do you think should be the teaching of managing one's finances?
As early as now, no? So, even in your first year of your business, no, mas okay if you have savings, no, and then put that as part of your retained earnings appropriated. So, yun. Kasi, madami kong kaibigan. Ang dami kong kaibigan. As in, no, mga businessman. Sir J, ang dami namin pera. Ganyan. Yung iba ubos biyaya. Sabi ko, no, you should set aside money. No? Maybe the 7 to 30%. Or Pareto rule na 80 to 20%. Or 80-20. No? So, it is up to you. No? It would depends on your company. If For me, I suggest that in your first year of operations, 80% would be your savings and 20% would be distribution for operations. So, for now, siyempre, habang tumatagal, sa simula, kasi kailangan, kasi hindi mo kasi maaalis na may mga emergencies and contingencies eh. Like now, 'di ba, pandemic. Sino bang mag-aakala that in the time of pandemic?
Masakit ang mga nangyari sa karamihan ng mga negosyo talaga, tsaka negosyante, that they wanna do good. Pero ito kasi, this is one thing na hindi naiwasan because it's a phenomenon.
Correct.
Right? So ito yung tinatawag natin. Actually, alam mo, Prof, sa AGS ko lang natutunan ang salitang VUCA.
Okay.
At when I learned about VUCA, sabi ko, totoo ba kaya yun? And then I realized, oo nga.
Yes.
As Athenian, tayo, we have a responsibility, kagaya nga ng topic natin today, CURA PERSONALIS, to care. To care for ourselves, and that's part of it. Yung being prepared. Diba, Prof? Okay, so, before we end our discussion for today, Prof, I'll ask you two things. One would be, what is your biggest lesson in life that you would like to impart to my fellow AJSB students and our fellow in the community, and also as a businessman yourself, what would be your Prof, your motivation?
Okay.
Sige po.
Alright. So una, what would be my biggest lesson, no? Makinig sa asawa, no? Alright. Totoo 'yun. Kasi
nakakatuwa naman.
Totoo 'yun, no? Kasi I have also what do you call that? Siguro mga decisions in life na hindi ko inaano yung wife ko, and eventually na-realize ko tama pala siya, para ganun. So first of all, yun, makinig ka sa asawa, makinig. You should listen to your wife or to your husband, no? Kasi kaya nga 'di ba, partner, no? So partner in terms of your business. So for me, yun yung for me biggest lesson, no? Kaya ngayon, no, if ever that I have decision, is pinapaalam ko sa kanya and then consult, no, especially in my business. All right. And then number 2, in terms naman of lessons then, or at the same time in business also, yes, there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of obstacles in life, but for me siguro wag kang susuko, no? Yes, wag kang susuko, and then talagang tiyaga lang, and of course pray to God, no? Pray to Jesus Christ, because in everything that you do, no, it is impossible, no, kung it is possible na nandiyan siya, no? Because he will help you in everything that you do. Hindi mo akalain na yung pala, yun na, solve na yung problem. So for me, yun, makinig sa asawa. And number 2 here is hold on. Sabi nga nila, mistakes daw is and every successful person are those person who committed mistakes and learn from them. All right. And number 3, of course, pray to God. And everything that in terms of your business, of your career, your family, no, it is up to him, no, and then you should also do your best.
Okay? Thank you, Prof. Jayman. You know, this is a very meaningful discussion, and I love that we discussed about CURA PERSONALIS.
Yes.
And of course, Prof, I think there's no other person that I could really ask and run to when it comes to audit.
Audit.
Yan, syempre. Kung
Alright.
sino ba naman, kundi yung professor ko
Ah, ah.
pagdating sa managerial accounting. Prof. J-Man,
Alright.
thank you so
Thank
much
you.
from the bottom of our hearts in Student Council. On behalf of the whole Student Council for the year 2021-2022, we are very, very grateful to you. And of course, thank you also to your wife and your son and also to your business. Prof, sige, bigyan natin ng shoutout ang
Shoutout.
yung business and your
Alright.
family and your friends, of course.
Okay, so shout out, of course, to my family. Muna, no, to my wife, Shufer, and also to Miggy. Alright, hi. And then also, hi also to my parents in Naga, no? And also my siblings in Bicol. So medyo madami yung mga kapatid ko kaya hindi ko na isa-isahin. Alright, kasi we are 7, no? 7 kami. Medyo ako yung panganay. And ayan. And also, of course, my business, the Advanced Review Solutions, no? So if ever man that you have your friends, no, taking up BS accountancy, so you can enroll with us, no, Advanced Review Solution, and also about the Strive Executive Asia. It is more on the corporate training and corporate development. So sabi nga sa Ateneo, passion for teaching and to be men and women for others. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Prof. J-Man, and thank you once again for tuning in here on AGSB Broadcast, AGS Sociale. Tune in once again for our next episode on here, and also please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our episodes. And also, if you have any questions, let us know, give us a shout out, or approach any of your student council officers. My name is Army, and I'll see you again on our next audit.
No fake news, only true information. Music, sports, news, updates for our nation. 100% this is our radio station. Turn up the volume and join the revolution.